Hey everybody, you've reached Elizabeth and Joanne with World's Cup of Joe. Awaken your soul. Welcome to our channel. This is your home for all things twin flame energy and how to work with the energy of your connection. And for those of you who are returning, who know us, who know Joe, we have something so freaking exciting to share with you all. This has been a work in progress, and not only a work in progress, it has been a divinely led work in progress. And that is, we have just launched our first book, and it is the Twin Flame, the Twin Flame Bible for Union. We were very intentional with this book, not only in the title, the Twin Flame Bible for Union. The reason why we called it that is because if we were to ever leave a mark in the twin flame community and share the downloads that we have received in watching this energy and working with clients, and not only that, in working in our own connections and living a life that is dedicated to learning how to align with soul, not for our person, but for ourselves, and being in this state, this energetic state that brings our twin flames back in, right? We are living proof of it. And not only that, that they stay with us, that we have learned how to maintain union in the physical with our twin flames. This is the be all end all book for that. So we are so happy, humbled, excited. There are not enough words to describe how elated we are to be able to share this with all of you guys in terms of the research and understanding of the energy that we have come to find in this journey, right? We, on this channel, we speak to you guys about energy. Why? Because this connection is purely energetic. Everything's energy, but this connection follows very simple rules of energy, which is aligned to your God source energy, which is removing preferences, expectations, and judgment towards your connection, being in acceptance of what is, right? Being present, surrendering the need for the physical aspect of your person. And when you get to this energetic space, which we will just say as neutral, when you hit this elevated state of neutrality towards your person finds you. The energy of soul reunites you in some shape or form. And then you have to then learn how to balance that energy, right? This is all energy. So we created this book after years of experience and watching how this energy truly plays out. And we have learned that every divine feminine goes through with the energy of their journey, right? You guys are all familiar. Most of you, I'm assuming, are familiar with the elusive bubble phase. You've heard that term, the bubble phase, which is really just a way to say you can interact with your person in this state in mind, and you have not repelled them. You don't repel. So that's one of sort of these states of energy that encompasses the beginning of your journey. And then it just keeps going on from there, right? You have your dark night, you have your separation. And we have actually broken down the energy in our book that shows where a divine feminine is at in any given moment based on where her connection is at. And so we really wanted to simplify how the energy works, because the truth is we want you all with your twin flame if you so choose. And we want you to be able to bypass all of the looping, the ruminating, the obsessing, the addiction. We want you to be able to bypass some of that from understanding how the energy really plays out. And that's why we created this book for you guys. We say on this channel all the time, we don't keep anything from you. We always share how the energy works. We're very, very clear. That's why people have watched our channel and without even buying a program of ours, have messaged us saying that they have magnetized their twin flame back in just from our free content. We do not hide anything. We share it because we want you to be empowered divine feminines that can own your energy and own your journey. Because the reality of this connection is you as a divine feminine, yes, you, my love, are the one that controls if your person is coming in or if they're staying away. That's the reality of this connection. And once you can own it, and once you really, really can be in acceptance of that, and then you can work on raising your energy, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to raise your energy towards that base point, that baseline of neutrality with your person. Then once they come back in, you can own it even more by watching how your energy directly affects your person. So this is what we do. We talk, we analyze, we watch the energy every single day. Why? So we can help all of you guys in your journeys too. We don't do this to hold on to the information. We do this, we study it so that we can help as many beautiful souls in their own journeys as possible, because we know how hard this journey is. We know how isolating it is. We know how painful it can be. We know how all-encompassing it could be. We know how devastating, but we also know how amazing it is once you have mastered the energy, you have worked with the energy enough that you can watch it. And that's why we say, of course, when any of our clients or when any of you beautiful souls message us on YouTube and we've seen the shift that occurs in your energy and you've magnetized your person back in, we say, of course, because it is not a surprise anymore. It is merely following the rules of the energy in this connection. So with that being said, Joanne, tell us how freaking excited you are about our freaking book.
You guys, you have no idea. Seriously, this has been like an immersion of pure soul for me and Elizabeth. When Elizabeth and I were working on the book and we're going over pieces of it and really breaking down all of the energetic states of consciousness you can shift through in your twin flame connection. That's how the connection works. It's energetic. There are several people that may try to teach the connection, but they don't address the energy behind the union. And that's where me and Elizabeth have come in. We are in groundbreaking territory here, where we want to break down the energy so you can look at each of the states of consciousness, so you can get to that base point where me and Elizabeth are at in your connection. Now, the connection that we are all in is effing crazy. And that's why we created the Bible, Twin Flame Bible for Union, because we want everyone to have the peace, the clarity, the love, and the shifts. And my loves, this is something we've been doing with you this whole time. We've been with you guys this whole time in this journey, because you've heard us. You've heard the good, the bad, and the ugly. You've heard us crying in these YouTube videos of the cray-crayness that this connection entails. You know it's real. You know it's real, and you also know the union is real, because the side-by-side support help that we guide, that's the difference between me and Elizabeth. We give you that side-by-side help, and it's shown in the energetic states of consciousness from each of the elements of where you are at in your journey with your person. You are shifting to that state of union where we are at, and we balance it. Not only us, but our clients. You can hear and feel the shifts of their energy from their post. And I encourage you, look at our YouTube, look at our video, our most current one in particular. There's a beautiful soul that posted on there and sharing how she woke up and her person was back home. But before that, there's shifts and shifts and shifts. And even while she is at work, her mind's saying, oh no, oh no. And guess what? She's pulling up our balancing program and getting back into that energetic states of consciousness to be able to balance your connection. So this is groundbreaking territory here. Me and Elizabeth are showing you the energetic states of consciousness you can shift through. These are words that are described on paper for twin flames, whereas it's very difficult to gauge and find because there's not a lot of people actually balancing this connection straight up. And we're balancing
Joanne,
it
not
with
only
all of you.
balancing it, not only balancing it, but studying it, truthfully studying it in how it's applicable in a balancing capacity, right? We've watched it.
Yes. And we apply it in our own connection and also with other beautiful souls. And we want to be able to explain it to all of you. Just so you know, when we wrote this book, we spent time and time again going over the energetic states. And there was no other way to describe the energetic states in a way in the 3D, because the states of consciousness is always now. So we had to make sure that we can describe it the way Abraham Hicks can describe the vortex, right? You guys know when Abraham Hicks does her thing and she's talking about the vortex and getting you into that energy of soul, it's an energy. But there has to be a term to describe that energy, and it's the vortex for her. When you feel into that states of consciousness, when you're raising your vibration, when you're raising your frequency, you're getting to a base point in your energetic states.
Joanne, so let's break that down for everybody. So
yes.
In our book, and so you're going to hear it on our channel from here on out, you're going to hear this over and over, and we're going to analyze energy of questions, of posts we get. We're going to analyze it from our recognition of the energy and how it plays out. So we use the term phases. Just like I mentioned earlier, the bubble phase, it's not really a bubble phase. It's not really a phase. It's just that state of energy that you were able to be in and shift through, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what we have identified. We have identified that there are 4, after the bubble phase, there are basically 4 phases that divine feminines typically sort of shift through to get to that place where they're in permanent union, permanent physical union. So you're going to hear us talking about separation phase 1, separation phase 2, balancing phase 1, and balancing phase 2. Again, there are no phases. It's all now. The energy is all now. But these are the places. The energy is sort of, the phases are reflective of the scale of consciousness. They're reflective of your level of consciousness and where you are at in your own level of consciousness towards your twin flame. So you will see, depending on where you are at on your own consciousness level. And so we are here to guide you out of the scale
consciousness.
And therefore, I'm going to tell you right now, most of them are looping and looping and looping. So because they don't know that they're even in this stuck energetic.
Regards to their person.
Yes.
You're going through the same loop of energetic state with your person. And we broke it down in states of energy so you can find where you're at. Again, this is groundbreaking territory, my love, because we balance this every day. And we know that there is a base point of energy. So we are sharing this groundbreaking information to all of you where you can know where you're at and where you can shift out of that separation consciousness and come back into the state of union. Because the union that we speak, that's why there are no phases, is you. The you that you are, the soul that you are, is one now. And your person is you now. In this journey, there are several ways that we pop out of that, especially in the beginning, as soon as they come in and you know, there's that repellent where you can't be in mind with them anymore. And there's shifts to be had to continue to stay into that balanced neutral state. What happens is a lot of people, they loop and see their person separate, and they never get out of that state where they are in separation consciousness. Our goal for our book is to allow every single divine feminine to know where they're at in regards to their energy and how to shift through their energy in the state of inner union, right? The oneness, the union that you already are, because the twin flame connection is energetic. And because we balance it daily, we can identify the energy of when they do pull and identify the energy when they do come back. Now, the shifts are permanent. That's what we want to share. Once you shift energetically, you're never going to go back. So we will never push the same again. And all of the beautiful souls that we work with, We found once they magnetize, their person doesn't go away. The person just keeps coming back. There's just more balancing work to be done, which is you balancing back to you and your own alignment. And so the reason why there's breakdowns of energies is because it has to be identified and you have to shift through it. Yes, we can sit down and meditate all day, right? But the shifts are what's happening between you and your person. So realistically, if I sit in a box and meditate all day, I'm still going to have to interact with that other body. So that's where you're going to want to know each of the energetic states of consciousness as you continue to balance each of your interactions.
Joanne, what did we talk about last week? We wanted to explain. So it was so perfect timing. I was listening to this video and it was talking about how there are things in the 5D that don't make sense to the 3D mind. Okay, so it was Abraham Hicks that said it. So there are things to the 5D that don't make sense to the 3D mind. So in order for it to make sense, you have to come up with something that the 3D mind can resonate with. And the 3D mind can naturally understand, oh, that's a state of time that I'm sort of in this place, right? That I'm looping sort of in this energy. Mm-hmm. And so that's why it's so easy to call it out. And that's why it's so easy for us to spot. We can literally hear someone's questions, a couple questions, and be like, this is where they're at. The energy is that identifiable. It is that easy to spot. So Joanne, let's go on to the part of this video that is super exciting. In our book launch, because we are so freaking excited.
This is huge. Seriously, this is so huge for us with all of you guys. This has been like works in the making, and it just happened so organically, right? We created the 30-day twin flame detox because me and Elizabeth went through our own crazy cray, right, journey and recognized it was releasing that addictive energy that was keeping our twin flame away from us. That's what brought them in. So we created a 30-day twin flame detox because we know releasing addictive energy is hard. And then everybody started coming forward and was like, well, what do I do now? They're here now. What do I do? And we created the ultimate balancing program, shared all of our tips that we do every day to balance our twin flames. And we've been doing this for years now. In the process of helping beautiful souls, the energetic dance, the elements of soul is the same energetic dance of soul that plays out. And in that state that continues to play out over and over and over and over and over again, we've been seeing so many people in pain, so many people suffering, so many people looping, and we just want to give this to the world. This is why we created World's Cup of Joe. We didn't see balance.
Hold on, Joanne. Hold on. Let's back up though. After we saw all those people, we also, let's be very clear, we've also seen, and this is what is so amazing and why we love what we do. We've had so many people come to us and tell us that our programs changed their lives, that they have a newfound peace that they've never experienced before in their life. And to hear that we've had that kind of impact by something we created is so humbling.
It's awesome.
And it's so... go ahead.
No, to hear the shifts, to hear like them from the beginning when they were in their dark night and when they're in separation consciousness, and then working with them, each call, hearing them shift through their programs, even just people that's never taken any of our programs and they're posting and they're just watching our free videos and then seeing their next post and their next post, and then their person's come back and their person is staying. That's the difference with Joe. We are guiding you in a way where the mind is quiet, love, because so that it can be at still. It can be at that space of stillness. All right, mind, I know that you need a pacifier to calm down. I'm going to go ahead and bring in soul here in this moment. And that's what a lot of clients do. They pop our video, like that beautiful soul who just magnetized. The person's back home and they're listening to our balancing program because she knows it works. The energy is real, love. We guide you directly side by side in each of the energetic states of consciousness, the way you could in all of your states of consciousness in any given moment, but nobody breaks it down for twin flames. But your states of consciousness, your levels of consciousness to soul, it's a twin flame connection. It's a twin flame connection. But the problem is, you can listen to Eckhart Tolle, he's never going to say twin flames, and so now you think you're crazy, right?
Hold on, Joanne, it's not only that they won't say twin flames, because we love all the greatest spiritual teachers. Trust us, we love them, we listen to them, they help us expand in our own personal ascension.
Yes.
But they do not know how to apply the rules. Not that they don't know how to apply the rules, they don't, because it's not part of their journey. They don't know how to apply the space of unity consciousness to a connection, to a relationship, to, right? The unconditional love to your twin flame, and to be in this state where you have released mind. That's what you sort of have to be in this energetic state with your twin. They don't apply it to another connection. They just apply it to your own spiritual journey. And that's where we sort of merge. We merge as twin flame coaches, the aspect of spirituality and unity consciousness into this space of this energetic connection that nobody really knows unless they're going through it themselves. Okay, so for the next 5 days, to really just share our appreciation for everything we all are going through together. We are all in this journey together. We are doing a 5-day, 50% off all of our programs. Yes, 50% off. I don't know if we've ever done 50%.
No,
That's how.
This is how exciting this is.
This is how big of a deal it is for Joe, and not only for Joe, for all twin flames out there, because this is, like you said, Joanne, this is groundbreaking. Nobody else has ever identified the energy the way we have. Nobody explains the energy like we do. Nobody has explained this.
We have to explain it the way that Abraham Hicks says. You have to use the terminology, even though there is no terminology, right? But we have to hear the shifts
because it's easier to just say someone's in a bubble phase than to say this is the space energetically you can connect to your person without the mind
because this connection's real and we are in it, and we don't want to hear it from a robotic state. We don't need to hear it in a way that, that's painful enough. I don't need to hear that he's pushing because I'm in mine. Freaking A, I don't want to hear that crap. But if you see and you're guided and you recognize, oh, this is very common. This is usually what happens. And when this happens, how do I get to the next space where he can come back? I think that's what every twin flame just wants to know. How do I get to a space where my twin flame can be in my space again and they can be back in your space?
It's like everybody asking Abraham, how do I get to the vortex, Abraham? How do I get to the vortex? That's what we're showing you.
We are.
How do I get
showing you.
How do I get to balancing phase 2, Joanne and Elizabeth? How do I get to balancing phase 2? Well, this is what you need to work and shift through. These are energy and where it's falling at on the levels of consciousness. And this is how you shift up. So that's what we're explaining. We're doing this in such a way that it just makes sense. And we have, in all the time since we have recognized this, every single thing fits perfectly. It never deviates because it's just energy.
We're so excited for you guys. Take advantage of the 5-day launch sale. We are live. The book is out. Get your copy. This is the Twin Flame Bible for Union. Watch the states of consciousness. Shift your energy, my love. Take your time in being into this groundbreaking energy that we're transferring to you. You're going to feel the shifts. You seriously are going to feel the shifts. A lot of you guys are already feeling it from just our videos. And why are we sharing this? Because it works, love. We can't hide it anymore. We can't keep it away anymore. And I know there's a lot of false truths out there that's saying that there's no elements that you should follow in this connection. But my loves, I'm not going to just sit around and meditate. My twin flame's not going to show up as I meditate. I'm shifting energetically into my levels of consciousness. The more and more I shift my energy into the states of consciousness, the more and more that other body, which is who I am, comes into my space. And that's when you balance your energy back to you. And that's what union energy is. This is the vortex for twin flames. We are doing some revolutionary work my love. And of course, your twin flame is back. Of course they text you. Of course they come back home. Look at our comments, love. The truth is real. We can say this all day, other people, right? You push so much, your twin flame's never going to come back. BS. There is an energetic states of consciousness you're shifting through, my love. This is real. Are you in separation consciousness or are you in unity consciousness? And we can break it down in a way where the mind can be quiet and you can have more stillness so you can shift into that union energy that we share every day. We don't make a video unless we're balanced. And when we are experiencing situations where it needs more balancing and we found our shifts through it, we make a video. You guys know that. This stuff is real. The energy is real. We want to share it. We can't hold it any longer. I'm sure a lot of our followers are members only. They know. They've been seeing us talk about the energetic states of consciousness. And so we're very, very excited to finally share, reveal, and allow all of you to experience these shifts for yourself. This is the connection, my love. The connection is shifting energetically into you as the soul that you are, because you are one shared soul that is in union now. You are in union now. You are your twin flame. And we're just here, all of us, sharing this journey together, shifting energetically together into the oneness that we all are. It's exciting, and we're here celebrating with all of you. So we can't wait for you guys to have your own copy. We can't wait to hear all of the shifts that's been had. And we're so excited to gift all of you. So for those, and we get comments a lot. We know, see and hear you guys that are looking for help. And so when we realize that we are going through the book launch, we want to be able to gift as many of discount as we can for all of our programs. We know those that are in the journey, it's hard. And so we want you to be able to shift through your connection and what you're dealing with. If you're looking to magnetize, there's our detox. If you're looking to balance because your twin flame came back, just like that balancing queen that I talked about in her shift, she's pulling up the balancing program. If you are needing to get back into that states of consciousness we're talking about, grab the book, my love, shift through the energy and start flying in your connection. Start flying into your ascension back to soul, to the oneness that you are. You are union. We are all in this together, my love. We're so excited for this book launch. We're excited for this opportunity. We love you guys so much. Seriously, we love you so much. I'm so excited, love. We love you guys so much. We hope you have an amazing, amazing day. Bye, love.
Bye, love.